Well, this is the wood pile. This is what I've collected all year, all summer anyway, since the spring. I've got a ton of wood in here. And all I need to do is cut it, split it, season it, and be ready to burn it. Sounds easy, right? So today I'm not going to do a lot of splitting. My goal for today is to get all the stuff. This has all been seasoned, like all these branches and stuff, these are ready to burn. So my goal today is to get all this little stuff, anything maybe smaller than this, or maybe that, a little bigger than an arm diameter. We'll get that stuff cut up into 16-inch or 18-inch or smaller pieces that can fit in the wood stove, and we'll take all that up and get it stacked in the garage. So even though this stuff has been rained on, it's been sitting outside, once I stack it in the garage for a couple weeks, this dry, winter air here, it'll dry out the rest of the way pretty quickly. So this is also a lot of not super hardwood, so there's not a lot of oak in here. There's a lot of cottonwood, there's some maple, some elm, some other stuff, so it'll dry out a little bit quicker anyway. I have a few disadvantages today. My truck is broken again. Another brake line blew on it. The last one I haven't replaced yet, so I got to fix that. Oh, this is a start to a good evening. I knew I should have fixed that last brake line. I guess I have to fix it now. Brakes went out. I was back in the trailer down the hill trying to put it right there. And I couldn't stop. Parking brake didn't work. Tried to put it in park. Foot went to the floor. So today we're going to be using the golf cart and trailer to haul it up the hill, up there, around the corner, to the house, up in the garage. And I don't have a whole lot of time today, so I'm just going to I've got a tank of gas in here. I'm going to burn that through, and then I've got the little battery powered thing. I've got 2 batteries for that. Once I run through that, we'll be done for today. We'll take what I've got completed and take it up to the garage, stack it, and be ready to burn.
Well, it's been working pretty good. So the little setup I have here is basically just a way to hold these logs as I'm cutting them and measure. So I just have the weight of this log leaning on top of this one, which gives this a little bit of clamp pressure. So it wants to push down. And I just made a little notch here that kind of holds it in place. And so then a little V here through the big log, and that just holds the log from rolling back and forth. So it's been working really good. So I can just throw the log in there. This will pinch it down and hold it. And then I just kind of bring it out right into this area, right about to this log. And that's it's about 18 inches right to the edge. So if I make my cut somewhere in here, it's between 16 and 18 inches, and that's perfect. And then for my last piece, from right here to the edge, is if I just pinch the end of the log right flush with this, it's about 18 inches right to here. So just make my cut there, and that gives me my last piece. And then I've got a little cut off here, these little small pieces, and then all these little pieces get thrown in a separate bin. And I use these when I'm starting fires. Usually I'll just throw a bunch of them in there. They work great in our open fireplace, or just take a load of them in and toss them into the wood burners. They burn great. So they don't stack well, but they'll burn just fine. So I made it through just about everything I picked out. I've got another load left. This is the second load. And another little trick with these carts, these little yard carts, is if you stack some of your logs up vertically like this, you could actually, you can get quite a bit more in the wagon when you do that. So you can do that with any trailer, really. So this way I take less trips up the hill, and I have to stop less when the trailer's full. And this time I backed the trailer right into the spot here, so I'm literally cutting and tossing them right in the trailer. So less moving wood, less lifting, bending over, all that good stuff, but I've got a lot more of this stuff in here. Someone may be asking, why don't you just cut all the wood to the right length before you bring it home? Well, all of this was from a friend of mine. Has built a house and cleared property, most of this, as well as another friend that had a tree down, a couple trees down, and you got a bunch of people out there cutting wood and throwing stuff, and basically we just want to get out of there as quickly as possible. So I don't really usually cut everything into 16-inch logs out on site when I'm hauling wood back to my house. I just cut it into 8-foot lengths, if they're whatever I can lift, basically throw it in the trailer, get it here, and then deal with it afterwards. So that's why it's not already cut into the correct size. It just requires me to do a little more processing once I get it home, but it's a lot easier to haul and just a lot quicker to get it out of someone's yard and get it to the homestead. So sometimes the hardest part is just getting the golf cart and trailer up the hill.
Sometimes you just have to gun it and hope for the best. This time we're gonna make it. Almost. Finally made it. Well, there you go, all you off-grid homesteaders. The little electric chainsaw will work, and I suppose you could certainly scavenge wood and branches and all kinds of other smaller stuff and recharge this off some solar panels and really heat your a small cabin or something like that, I would think, without a chainsaw, without burning any gas. So that might be kind of cool. This thing actually, I will give it some credit. It is pretty old. I've had this for about 10 years, and the batteries aren't quite as good as they used to be, but this thing works great for cutting little stuff. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. So the little Ryobi chainsaw is a good item to have around. So this actually went a lot better than I thought. What I usually do is I get my chaps on, I get my helmet, all that stuff on, and I start climbing on this wood pile and chopping stuff off, things that are sticking out. I'm standing on logs and stuff that's slipping out from underneath me. It ends up being unsafe. I've actually cut myself my chaps a couple times doing stuff like that in the winter when it's icy and other things. So it's just not a great idea. So this system that I have set up here, it really is working well. And so I think I'll keep this kind of set up until I process through the majority of the smaller stuff here. And then even the larger stuff, I think, would work good to cut it into my 16-inch logs. I could use that V and that big stump to do that. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed coming along. Just kind of a quick little wood processing update. We are trying to heat our home as much as possible. I will take you through how well that's working and what we have to heat our home. We've got a lot of different things that we use to heat our home, some propane stuff, some furnace stuff, some insert wood burners, and some regular wood fireplaces and all kinds of stuff. So I'll take you guys into to that once it gets into the deeper winter here, and I'll tell you how that's all working out. We've used a lot of wood already, and it's not even January yet. So I have a lot of processing to do out here. So let me know what you guys think. Any tips and tricks I always appreciate, and share that what you guys have used, or if you have any ideas for me, things that would work to make this process easier or better. Share that with not only me but everyone else that's reading the comments. So always fun to go through what you guys have to say. If this is your first time here to the SSL Family Dad channel, love to have you tag along, hit subscribe, hit the bell, get notified when we post new content, and as always guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.